before humans ever set foot on the eternal frozen land? Before science fully understood the extreme laws of life at the end of the world, there were already creatures capable of surviving in skin-cutting cold, where life seemed impossible. A wild world, extreme, unforgiving, yet full of wonders. Antarctica? Welcome to X-Tree Antarctica. Survival in the last world of ice. Please give us a like and subscribe to support us in creating more quality content. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below so we can discuss together. Let's begin. At the edge of our world lies a continent shrouded in eternal mystery. A land where the sun refuses to set for months, only to then vanish completely into a similar period of darkness. Here, temperatures plummet to levels that can freeze human breath in a matter of seconds. Yet, life does not merely persist, it thrives in a spectacular fashion. This is Antarctica, the last great desert on Earth, a realm where colossal icebergs rise like cathedrals of ice. It is a place where winds howl across infinite white plains with the fury of 1,000 storms, and where the ground rumbles as millions of tons of ice shift and crack under their own monumental weight. And amidst that deathly white silence, Antarctica reveals itself as a magnum opus of the Creator, where his power is not written in words, but is engraved in the ice, the wind, and the light. In this frozen theatre of extremes, a cast of extraordinary characters performs the ultimate drama of survival. Giant whales emerge through the frigid waters. Their songs resonate in the depths like ancient hymns. Armies of penguins march along ice paths with a destiny programmed by instincts older than memory itself. Seals dive into the abyss, navigating a world of perpetual twilight where death lurks in every shadow. Yet, Antarctica is more than just a stage for survival. It is a land of profound transformations, where the boundaries between seasons are not marked by the falling of leaves or the blooming of flowers, but by the presence or absence of the sun. Here, winter and summer wage an eternal war. Each side seizes the continent for months, altering not only the landscape, but the very essence of the life that inhabits it. From the moment the first rays of sun pierce the polar darkness, signaling the end of the longest night on Earth, to the final sunset that marks the beginning of months of icy gloom. Antarctica presents itself as a continent where every creature must master the art of adaptation or face extinction. With the onset of the Antarctic summer, the continent awakens from its lethargy like a giant regaining consciousness. The sun, absent for months, returns in full force, gliding across the sky in an endless dance that never allows darkness to fall. This is the season of abundance, when the ice retreats enough to reveal patches of earth and rock, and when the ocean overflows with vitality, boasting the highest concentration of biomass on Earth. This is when millions of animals converge on the Antarctic coasts to feed, mate, and raise their young. The transformation occurs almost like a miracle. The ice shelves, which remained firm for months, begin to crack and shift, creating open water channels that stretch for hundreds of kilometers. The ocean, liberated from its frozen prison, teems with life as phytoplankton blooms under the perpetual daylight, turning the waters into a nutrient-rich green soup that forms the foundation of the Antarctic food web. Krill, tiny shrimp-like creatures, congregate in supergroups so vast they can be seen from space, with populations reaching into the trillions. This is the season when Antarctica reveals its true nature, not as a sterile wasteland, but as one of the most productive ecosystems on the planet. Upon the surface of ice and snow, another epic journey unfolds. As the first cracks appear in the sea ice, columns of black and white silhouettes begin their trek across the frozen landscape. The Adelie penguin, perhaps the most emblematic representative of Antarctic penguins, begins its march toward breeding colonies that have existed for thousands of years. Standing barely 70 centimeters tall, these extraordinary birds walk across the ice for hundreds of kilometers, following ancestral routes that their forebears have used for millennia. It is difficult to contemplate this journey without feeling that a higher intelligence is guiding the way, as if even the smallest instinct was sown by the Creator as a sacred memory of survival. Every step is calculated. Every movement has a purpose as they move through a landscape that would challenge even the most experienced polar explorers. Observe a group of Adelie penguins approaching an open water channel. They huddle at the edge, bobbing their heads as they scan the dark waters for the suspicious shadow of a leopard seal. One brave individual approaches the brink, then another, until suddenly, as if responding to an invisible signal, they all dive simultaneously. Their aerodynamic bodies slice through the water like living torpedoes. Underwater, the Adelie penguin transforms from a clumsy terrestrial being into an elegant athlete. Their wings, useless for flight, become powerful flippers that propel them through the water at speeds of nearly 30 kilometers per hour. They can hold their breath for up to 6 minutes, descending to depths of over 100 meters while searching for krill and fish to sustain themselves during the journey. Back Back on the ice, the Adelie penguins continue their march toward a destination that is still hundreds of kilometers away. They move in scattered formations, sometimes sliding on their bellies across the flat ice, and other times walking upright over rugged terrain. Their journey is fraught with danger, from the constant threat of the leopard seal to the risk of being trapped by snowstorms or being separated from the group by a sudden crack in the ice. While the Adelie penguins navigate the frozen surface, the ocean beneath them resonates with sounds that seem to come from another world. Deep and haunting melodies can travel hundreds of kilometers through the water. These are complex and beautiful songs that seem to evoke ancient wisdom and profound emotions. This is the song of the humpback whale. As the Antarctic summer progresses, an increasing number of these magnificent creatures arrive in the Southern Ocean to partake in the abundance that this season bestows. Reaching lengths of up to 16 meters and weighing up to 36 tons, humpback whales are among the largest animals to have ever inhabited the Earth. Yet, they feed almost exclusively on some of the tiniest creatures in the ocean. A humpback whale emerges near the edge of the sea ice, its colossal head breaking the surface with a sound like a small explosion. Water cascades from its throat, which is lined with deep grooves as it exhales, launching a plume of vapor up to 30 meters into the air. For a moment, it remains motionless at the surface, its massive bulk making the surrounding iceberg seem small, before taking a deep breath and disappearing once more into the abyss. Beneath the surface, humpback whales perform one of nature's most spectacular feeding behaviors. Working alone or in coordinated groups, they utilize a technique called bubble net feeding to concentrate their prey. Swimming in a spiral beneath a swarm of krill, they release bursts of bubbles that rise to the surface, creating a cylindrical net that confuses and traps the small crustaceans. At the critical moment, the whale surges like a rocket through the center of the bubble net, opening its giant mouth to reveal the baleen plates that filter thousands of liters of water and krill. The pleats of its throat expand like an accordion, allowing the whale to engulf a volume of water sufficient to fill a small swimming pool. As it closes its mouth, its tongue, which weighs as much as an elephant, pushes the water through the baleen, trapping the krill inside. This behavior, repeated dozens of times a day, allows the humpback whale to consume up to 1.5 tons of krill daily. This enables them to accumulate the energy necessary for their epic migration toward tropical waters, where they will mate and give birth. While the Adelie penguins navigate the surface, another predator patrols the ice edge, where the solid ice meets the open ocean. Here, under the shadow of majestic icebergs, the leopard seal waits with the patience of a master hunter, 3.5 meters long and weighing up to 600 kilograms, the leopard seal is the apex predator of Antarctica. It is a creature perfectly adapted for hunting in the ice, so much so that it has no natural enemies once it reaches adulthood. In Antarctica, even cruelty carries a strange order, as if the power of the Creator had not only created beauty, but also established severe laws that compel every being to fulfill its role. Its characteristic spotted coat, which gives the species its name, provides perfect camouflage against the light and shadows cast at the edge of the ice. A leopard seal slips silently into the water. Its massive head and powerful jaws give it an almost prehistoric appearance. Unlike other seals that primarily eat fish, the leopard seal has evolved to hunt a broader range of prey, from krill and fish to penguins, and even other seal species. Its teeth reveal the history of this diverse diet: sharp, interlocking canines for gripping prey, and complex molars for filtering krill from the water. The leopard seal positions itself near a common penguin route, where Adelie penguins frequently enter and exit the water. Its approach is calculated and patient, sometimes lying motionless for hours, awaiting the perfect opportunity. When a group of penguins appears at the ice edge, the leopard seal dives and becomes invisible in the dark waters. The attack, when it occurs, is explosive in its violence and precision. The leopard seal surges like a bolt of lightning from the depths, seizing an unfortunate penguin in its colossal jaws. The leopard seal's technique for processing its prey is as astonishing as it is brutal. It violently shakes its prey to separate the meat from the skin and bones. This is a behavior that has been observed and recorded, but never fully understood. However, not all encounters with the leopard seal end in death. Recent observations have revealed a surprising side to these elite predators. Some leopard seals have been seen playing with penguins, pushing them without causing harm, or even attempting to feed live penguins to human divers. While giants like humpback whales and the colossal squid hunt at various water levels, the stability of the Antarctic food chain depends on smaller creatures, the vital intermediate links. In the dark waters beneath the Antarctic ice, a much smaller but equally important predator moves through the water column in massive schools. The Antarctic silverfish, despite its modest size of barely 15 centimeters, plays a crucial role in the ecosystem, being one of the most abundant fish in the Southern Ocean. These extraordinary creatures are perfectly adapted to life in perpetually frigid waters. Their bodies produce antifreeze proteins that prevent ice crystals from forming in their blood. This adaptation allows them to remain active in temperatures that would be fatal to most other fish. Their large eyes are adapted to the dim light that filters through the ice, and their bodies possess ideal aerodynamics for swimming efficiently in cold, dense water. A school of Antarctic silverfish moves beneath the ice like a river of living silver. Their metallic scales catch and reflect the faint light descending from above. The school moves with rhythmic coordination, as if it were a single organism, with thousands of individuals acting as one entity while navigating the three-dimensional labyrinth of the under-ice environment. The role of the Antarctic silverfish in the ecosystem is undeniable. These fish serve as a vital link between microscopic organisms and the larger predators that depend on them. They feed on copepods, krill, and other small organisms, transforming these tiny prey into proteins that can nourish all species, from seals to whales. The silverfish's reproductive strategy is as remarkable as its ecological importance. Unlike most fish that spawn in specific areas, the Antarctic silverfish releases its eggs directly into the water column. There, the eggs float freely with the currents. They contain oil droplets that provide buoyancy and can remain adrift for months before hatching into larvae. While the key links of the food chain move beneath the water and across the ice, let us raise our gaze to the sky. There, aerial predators take advantage of the Antarctic summer's abundance. High above the ice, where the leopard seal and the penguin engage in their mortal duel, another predator patrols the Antarctic skies. This is the Antarctic skua. It is a bird with a reputation so fierce that it is called the Pirate of Antarctica. These extraordinary birds are the ultimate opportunists of this frozen continent. They manage with ease, whether scavenging for carrion on the ice, stealing food from other birds, or hunting live prey. Adaptation and intelligence have made them one of the most successful predators in the ecosystem. A skua detects a group of Adelie penguins feeding their chicks in a colony on a rocky promontory. The adult penguins are bringing food from the sea for their hungry young. The skua flies overhead with a keen gaze, evaluating the situation and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The attack is swift and decisive. The skua dives directly into the colony, and its shrill cry sows chaos among the penguins. In the confusion, it attacks a parent bird, harassing it relentlessly until the penguin regurgitates its meal. The skua immediately swoops in to seize the spoils, devouring them before the penguin can recover. Some skuas live in pairs to maximize their success. One distracts the parent penguin, while the other raids the nest. Others have learned to follow human researchers, recognizing that their activities provide easy opportunities for scavenging. As the Antarctic summer progresses and food becomes more concentrated, an increasing number of wandering albatrosses arrive to enjoy the bounty. High above the ice, another predator patrols the sky. The snow petrel, pure white from its beak to its tail, remains in Antarctica throughout the entire winter. Its presence is a testament to the extraordinary adaptations that allow life to persist in the most extreme conditions on Earth. These ethereal birds are perfectly adapted to life on the ice. Their immaculate white plumage provides perfect camouflage against the snow. Their compact, aerodynamic bodies allow them to maneuver through the powerful katabatic winds that sweep across the polar plateau. A snow petrel appears among the swirls of snow like a wandering spirit. Its white figure is almost invisible, gliding with an ease that seems to defy gravity. While the skua and the petrel hunt in the air and sea, the rocky beaches witness the return of the Antarctic fur seal. Dominant males fiercely protect their territories. The females begin to arrive, appearing slender and elegant compared to the giant males. They are in the final stages of gestation following the previous summer's mating. They have come to these beaches to give birth to the pups they have carried in their wombs throughout the long Antarctic winter. Each female will seek the territory of the strongest male. This is a decision that will determine the fate of her offspring. The birthing process is astonishingly fast and efficient. The female settles in, and in just a few minutes, a small black pup is born. It arrives already equipped with the instincts necessary to survive in this hostile environment. The mother immediately begins cleaning and nursing, forming an emotional bond. In just a few days, the pup is already swimming in deep pools, demonstrating its innate ability. The mother must balance her pup's needs with her own need to feed. She makes increasingly longer trips to the sea to find the krill and fish required to maintain her strength. While the fur seals congregate on the beach, other deep-diving experts continue their mysterious lives beneath the ice. The Ross seal is one of the least studied seal species of all. Its reserved nature and preference for living in dense ice packs make it extremely difficult to study. It can be identified immediately by its distinctive appearance. They have eyes that are proportionately larger than those of any other seal species. Their enormous front flippers appear too large for their bodies. Their coat features a pattern of dark stripes on a lighter background, giving them an almost brindled, tiger-like appearance. These adaptations suggest a lifestyle specifically suited to the Antarctic environment. A Ross seal hauls itself onto a remote iceberg. Its giant eyes scan the surrounding ice for any sign of danger. Its characteristic coloration provides excellent camouflage, making it nearly invisible unless it moves. The behavior of this seal is as mysterious as its appearance. Unlike other Antarctic seals that often congregate in large groups, the Ross seal is typically solitary. It prefers to rest on isolated floes, far from the open ocean. Its diet consists primarily of squid, fish, and krill. However, its hunting behavior remains largely unknown due to the difficulties of study. Recent satellite tracking studies have revealed that the Ross seal is capable of extremely deep dives. It can reach depths of over 700 meters and remain underwater for up to 2 hours. This diving capability rivals that of the much larger elephant seal. This suggests that the Ross seal has developed significant physiological adaptations for hunting in deep waters. The calls of the Ross seal are among the strangest sounds in Antarctica. They produce a variety of noises, including warbles, snorts, and siren-like moans. These sounds can be transmitted over long distances through the ice. They may play a role in communication between individuals widely dispersed across the vast frozen zone. After witnessing the survival efforts of the seals, we return to the mainland as the Antarctic summer draws to a close. Another darkness begins to envelop the land. As the Antarctic winter takes hold and the cold reaches absolute extremes, the first signs of change appear. The continent begins its transformation into a kingdom of perpetual darkness. The sun begins to sink below the horizon with each passing day until it finally disappears completely. This leaves Antarctica plunged into a winter that will last for 4 months. This is not merely the absence of summer. It is the arrival of conditions so extreme that they challenge the very limits of life on Earth. And it is in that fierce darkness that the Creator's power becomes more evident than ever, not through gentleness, but through the ability of life to persist where existence seems impossible. Temperatures now drop to profound levels that can freeze exposed skin in mere minutes. The winds transform into howling demons. These are winds capable of stripping the warmth from any creature foolish enough to venture into their path. The ocean begins to freeze. It turns its surface into an ice platform capable of supporting the weight of the Earth's largest animals. Yet, even in this period of extremes, life does not just persist. The creatures that remain in Antarctica throughout the winter are true masters of survival. They possess adaptations so extraordinary they seem to belong to another world. They congregate in groups that can number in the hundreds of thousands to share warmth and protect one another. They dive beneath the ice sheet to hunt in a world of perpetual twilight. They navigate using senses that we humans can hardly comprehend. They synchronize their life cycles with the rhythm of the seasons, raising their young in conditions that would be fatal to other creatures. As the Antarctic winter grips the continent, one of the most extraordinary events in the natural world is about to unfold. It is a ritual of survival performed in the heart of darkness. In the depths of the Weddell Sea, thousands of emperor penguins gather for a ritual that has remained unchanged for millions of years. These magnificent birds are the ultimate survivors of Antarctica. Standing over a meter tall and weighing up to 40 kilograms, they are the only bird species to breed during the Antarctic winter, timing their cycle to coincide with the most extreme conditions. There is something almost sacred in this ritual, as if in the midst of the infinite night, the Creator silently tends to a flame of life. This strategy is actually a masterpiece of evolutionary adaptation. It ensures their chicks have full plumage during the brief Antarctic summer when food is most abundant. An emperor penguin breeding colony is an indescribable sight. Thousands of birds stand in tight huddles on the ice, their black and white plumage standing out against the frost. The males stand tall, their heads held high, with the orange and yellow patches on their necks glowing in the dim light. The courtship ritual begins with behavior almost too tender for such a hostile environment. The male and female approach with bowed heads, touching beaks and necks in a gentle dance that will decide the fate of their offspring. The male's call announces his readiness to take on the ultimate challenge. After mating, the female lays a single egg and carefully transfers it to the male in a maneuver that requires perfect coordination. The male places the egg upon his feet, covering it with a fold of warm skin called a brood pouch. From that moment on, he will not leave the egg for the next 64 days. He will endure the worst of the Antarctic winter, while his partner makes the long journey to the ocean to feed. The male's fast during the incubation period is one of the most extreme in the animal kingdom. He loses up to 40% of his body weight, living off fat reserves accumulated during the summer. When the winter becomes severe, he huddles with thousands of other males in formations that rotate like living galaxies. While the emperor penguin survives the winter atop the ice, a marine survival expert finds a way to escape the worst winter conditions by living beneath the ocean's frozen surface. The Weddell seal, named in honor of British explorer James Weddell, is one of the southernmost living mammals on Earth. It is capable of surviving in areas where the sea is frozen for most of the year. The Weddell seal's adaptation to life under the ice is truly remarkable. These seals maintain breathing holes in the ice by continually scraping away the freezing surface with their canines. This behavior, though essential for survival, comes at a cost. The continuous scraping eventually wears down their teeth. Older seals often die not from disease or predation, but from the loss of the ability to maintain their breathing hole. A Weddell seal emerges through the hole, its colossal head breaking the ice layer with a dull thud. As it exhales, vapor bursts from its nostrils. The blast of hot air from its lungs creates a cloud of steam that immediately begins to freeze in the Antarctic air. Their dark eyes, perfectly adapted to the dim light beneath the ice, scan the surface for signs of danger. Then they take several deep breaths and disappear once more into the depths. Beneath the ice sheet, the Weddell seal inhabits a world of perpetual twilight. There, the only light comes from the bioluminescence of marine creatures and the faint glow filtering through the ice. Here, in waters that never rise above -2 degrees Celsius, the seal hunts fish, squid, and crustaceans with almost supernatural precision. Its diving capacity is extraordinary by any measure. It can remain submerged for over an hour, descending to depths of more than 700 meters to seek its prey. Its blood contains a concentration of oxygen-carrying red blood cells twice as high as that of land mammals. Its muscles are saturated with myoglobin, a protein that stores oxygen for use during prolonged dives. The hunting strategy of the Weddell seal under the ice is as sophisticated as it is efficient. Through an echolocation system similar to that of dolphins, the seal can locate prey in total darkness. They bounce their calls off fish and receive the echoes back to create a detailed acoustic map of their surroundings. Their vibrissae, or whiskers, are also highly sensitive. They are capable of detecting the smallest vibrations in the water that might indicate the presence of prey. Continuing our journey into the deepest reaches beneath the ice, we enter the dark waters where pressure is the absolute law. In the murky waters beneath the Antarctic ice, where giants like the colossal squid roam the abyss, a much smaller yet vital predator navigates the water column. The Antarctic silverfish, despite its modest 15-centimeter frame, plays a fundamental role in this frozen ecosystem as one of its most abundant inhabitants. Deep within these sunless waters, this lesser predator moves in vast, shimmering schools, sustaining the fragile balance of life above, in a silence that seems eternal. When the Antarctic winter finally breaks and the darkness begins to recede, life returns, guided by ancient rituals that have endured for millennia. As the Antarctic summer progresses and food becomes more concentrated, more wandering albatrosses arrive to enjoy the abundance. On the rocky coast, fur seals return to breed. When the summer reaches its zenith, the waters around the continent become the stage for one of the most extraordinary aerial displays in the natural world. The Arctic tern, after completing the longest migration of any animal on the planet, arrives in Antarctic waters just as the continent experiences its most vibrant conditions. These extraordinary birds have just completed a journey of over 40,000 kilometers. They follow the sun from the Arctic summer to the Antarctic summer, effectively avoiding winter entirely. Their arrival in Antarctic waters coincides with the peak abundance of their favorite prey, small fish and krill concentrated in the relatively warm waters at the continent's edge. An Arctic tern hovers over a stretch of open water, its elegant silhouette framed against the grey Antarctic sky. Despite having travelled halfway across the globe, the bird shows no signs of fatigue. It beats its wings with mechanical precision while scanning the water below. With its piercing gaze, it searches for the silver flash that indicates prey near the surface. The tern's hunting technique is a masterpiece of aerial precision. Upon detecting a suitable target, the bird folds its wings and plunges into the water in a controlled dive that can reach speeds of over 60 kilometers per hour. At the final second, it extends its wings to break the impact, using its beak to snatch prey that may be only centimeters below the surface. The presence of the Arctic tern adds a new dimension to the Southern Ocean ecosystem. These birds compete with resident species for food, but they also bring nutrients from the Arctic. They thus contribute to the complex network of nutrient cycles that sustain life in the Antarctic Ocean. Their ability to navigate across such immense distances remains one of the great mysteries of animal behavior. These birds can return to the exact same feeding grounds year after year. This suggests a navigational capability that far exceeds the most complex human technology. When the Antarctic summer is at its peak, the rocky beaches witness the return of the Antarctic fur seal. As mentioned before, the Antarctic fur seal has made a comeback after being pushed nearly to extinction. Giant males weighing 200 kilograms defend their territories with roars and sheer force, their thick fur rippling in the wind. While other species enjoy the brief summer, the chinstrap penguin begins its highly competitive reproductive ritual. The chinstrap penguin is perfectly adapted to life at the boundary between the ice and the open sea. Its presence marks areas where the sea ice begins to break up as winter yields to summer. A group of chinstrap penguins approaches the shore. Their distinctive black and white plumage contrasts sharply with the grey ice and dark water. They move with the steady gait of creatures that have made this journey countless times. They maintain their balance with heads held high and flippers extended as they navigate the treacherous transition from sea to land. The arrival of the chinstrap penguin on the shore is accompanied by a chaotic din of calls and displays. The penguins establish territories and begin the process of mate selection. After witnessing the spectacular rebirth of life during the Antarctic summer, we are forced to confront a harsh reality. The fate of this frozen continent is under threat. As summer draws to a close and the darkness eventually returns, life persists through ancient rituals. However, behind this beauty, the melodies of nature are being silenced. Unprecedented challenges threaten to transform the continent's fundamental character. Climate change is warming the Antarctic Peninsula at a rate 3 times faster than the global average. The results are already visible. Colossal ice shelves are collapsing and glaciers are retreating at a staggering pace. The disruption of seasonal timing is altering the life cycles of Antarctic species. The collapse of shelves like Larsen B has wiped out critical habitats. Simultaneously, this opens up areas for invasive species. Rising ocean temperatures are reducing the extent of sea ice, which is the essential breeding ground for emperor penguins and crab-eater seals. Changes in the ocean's chemical composition are causing acidification. This threatens the microscopic organisms that form the very base of the food web. Commercial fishing in the Southern Ocean continues to exert pressure on species like the Patagonian toothfish and krill, key species that sustain the entire ecosystem. The introduction of non-native species threatens to disrupt ecosystems that have evolved in isolation for millions of years. Perhaps most concerning is the sheer acceleration of these changes. What used to occur over geological timescales is now happening within the span of a single human life. Antarctic species have very little time to adapt to these rapidly shifting conditions. The magnificent creatures that have managed to survive in the most extreme environment on Earth now face their greatest challenge: surviving the unforeseen consequences of human activity on a global scale. The fate of Antarctica and its extraordinary wildlife is now in our hands. The decisions we make in the coming decades will be the deciding factor. Those decisions will determine whether future generations will be able to witness the vibrant life that defines this continent, or if they will inherit a diminished world. The Earth's greatest survivors have finally met a rival that matches them: the rising temperatures and changing chemistry of a planet transformed by humanity. Are you inspired by the incredible world of Antarctic wildlife? If so, please like this video and tell us which animal is your favorite in the comments below. Share this video to raise awareness and help protect these fragile ecosystems. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay ready for your next wild adventure.